Virgo, what's going on? So we're finally out of your season. Just tuning into your energy, doing the pre-shuffle here. I think Libra season will be a bit lighter for you guys. I think it's going to be a bit lighter for everybody. Virgo season was very, very productive for a lot of folks. So an energy of deception between partners, or a need to make a decision about deception. And that can be a lot of things. That's not like deciding just to break up. That can be really needing to think about the frame of mind that you're coming from, your frame of reference, your way that you're choosing to look at a situation too. That can be what we're seeing. Yeah, somebody here needs to get serious about their expression of emotion in a relationship, I think. Once again, get serious about the expression of emotion, actually going through with it, not holding it back, not holding it in, not using it inappropriately. And when I say using it inappropriately, Queen of Swords reversed. Sharp words, harsh words, verbal diarrhea on somebody because you've held everything in so long and you're so jaded and aggravated that you like bleh at them. Okay, so there's that. This is past energy, so let's keep going. There's this energy of stalemate so far with what I've been seeing in the shuffle. Yep, stalemate. The Emperor reversed. This can be needing to control too much, wanting to dominate or possess almost other people. Okay, when I see him reverse, this can be an Aries or a Taurus. This can be an air sign female. This can just be the way I see this more as your energy and the way you're communicating. What do we have here? Lord, if I could pick it up. Okay. So, I mean, whatever it is, you feel like you don't even want to continue to keep defending yourself on it. You've got, you know, Nine of Wands reversed. Six of Swords upright. You want to move the situation to a much more peaceful resolution. Once again, this King of Cups is coming out for you guys. You want to be fair and balanced. You're tired of kind of like needless heartbreak. And the needless heartbreak I'm meaning by being in your head about stuff. Like, it's that energy of like after a dispute with someone. I think that's all of them. Yes. Concern over inequities and imbalance in a practical relationship that you feel like is preventing a cycle from moving forward, or preventing a very needed new start. So, Eight of Swords upright, Page of Cups in reverse came out again, and the Devil. There's a toxic, obsessive dynamic to something that's going on, Virgos. I feel like that has everything to do with in your head. In your head, and I'm not saying you're making it up. I'm saying the way that the aftermath of things that have been going on. Things that, like arguments, or your inability to communicate well about how you feel. And then a situation arises and you fly off the handle, or off, you know, diarrhea of the mouth or whatever. so you feel like you can win, like you're getting spiteful in a situation. These two next to each other is spiteful. But, and this is crazy because this is carrying on from last month's conversation. But it's like you don't want to feel the need to have to defend yourself, and you kind of like you're getting to the no fucks point, and you want to move to peace. You want peace of mind, you want clarity, you want well-being. To me, Six of Swords is I need stress reduction and well-being. I need this stuff to be over with. Enough of the nonsense. You want to find a very balanced, emotionally balanced place to come from. You want to be able to come from your loving, nurturing side. This scenario has been making you domineering and making you sharp-tongued and making you stressed and just imbalanced. Like feeling the need to dive into vices to excess in a very toxic, obsessive way, obsessive thoughts, obsessive concern about what a partner's doing. It's just a toxic dynamic here with the Devil present. But both of these cards show you that you're doing it to yourself. It's like how you're choosing to handle this and how you're looking at the situation is what is keeping it what it is. Is that making sense? You've got, this tells me that you need to get serious about expressing how you feel to somebody else. Our cups are emotions. The pages are usually immature versions of something that can grow bigger. It's also an in and out energy. It's also, it's like undedicated. So reversed, you're dedicated to it, but you're just being emotionally immature in your communication. You're sick of this heartbreak, that's for sure. You're over this shit. You want that to be over with. You want things to go back to a fair and balanced state because there's new things. I also see here there's new energies trying to come in for you. Could be new people. I see Capricorn here. I see air signs. I see Aries and Taurus. I see a air sign female, most specifically. Really, we've got everything on the board because this is fire, primarily Sagittarius. You really could be dealing with any sign. This is all of the fixed signs in the zodiac. That aside, I see these more as energies. I see these as telling the story of what has happened and your reaction to it. In regard to the future, like the wheel is present. This is, something was intended, something was meant to be learned here. There's an important lesson to take away from it. There is something deeper that needs to be exposed, is kind of what I've been guided to say here. That's not really even in the cards. It's just there's something deeper that needs to come out. I think of you, Virgo. There's some toxic dynamic that was learned here with the Devil present that is having everything to do. So we have temptation coming out. Something, okay. There's something inside you, Virgo, that needs to be resolved. Okay, and it's like, it's a deep-seated thing. It's a cycle. It's a patterning that's been going on. I don't know if it's from childhood. I don't know if it's from your environment that you were brought up in, early relationships, some past relationship, even past life energies. We'll go as far as that because the Devil is present. There's something that you need to identify within yourself so you can begin to take steps to fix it, because you will continue to have this cycle in relationships over and over if you don't. I don't see that it's going to happen this month. I hope that you can take the advice in the reading here and at least begin to genuinely think about that. Sacral chakra. Material harvest. Let me see here. Movement, choices, and decisions. So you maybe... When sacral chakra comes out, that tells me that these are like sexual woundings. I know that sounds weird. Probably just some of you. Hopefully the people that are watching me, though, are of a spiritual mind and spiritual practitioners, and you don't think that's that odd. This is in some way some kind of wound that's involving sex, sexuality, body image, that kind of thing. And there's some cycle that you keep continuing to do because of the block of your energy that was created by this wounding, whatever it was. And this can happen from former partners saying shitty things to you and weak moments when you felt exposed, or your current partner even. I mean, there's a lot of rotten things that people will say that can really, like, you'll take it and hold it with you. This is something that's been internalized that has caused a block in the sacral chakra, that's your creative life force. Okay. Common issues with sacral chakra blocks are infertility, odd sexual fetishes or issues, inability to communicate about sexuality in a functional, open way, and also lack of creativity, lack of forward movement. You have things that you want to do, but you're not able to actually do them because you can't make it real. So it's an inability to make things real. This is your creative force for men and women. I mean, obviously women, because that's where the womb is, but so material harvest in reverse. Like I said, this is holding you back in your life from actually doing the things that you want to do. So we have temptation in reverse. I want to look into that more because that is kind of unexplained, and that was the first card out. Movement, choices, and decisions. I kind of feel like these go together. But I suggest smudging, energy work, spiritual cleansing. I've been telling that for some reason it's coming up in every reading that I'm doing so far, that I think this is a big time to purge. There's a lot of need and a lot of reason to purge these old cycles, it's a fantastic time too in Libra season to be identifying these things. It's a cardinal energy. It's a season changer. It's a change bringer. It's a forward driven energy. It's very decisive. It is action oriented. So use that energy to not get mired in the details or nitpicking things. Okay. And use it to create change for yourself in a very deep, meaningful way this month. For Virgo, please. So we have the Sun in reverse and the Seven of Swords on the shuffle. So Seven of Swords, it feels like unhappiness over this feeling of deception. Or something is being hidden. It could be that. I mean, the moon hasn't made itself present when we don't have a couple other key cards that, would show up in reverse in that particular instance. But I feel like you feel like there's been deception that may or may not be there. Or you have been deceptive to somebody else and guilt is eating at you. Among the other issues that are going on. Three of Wands, Nine of Pentacles. Okay. Maybe you're starting to think you could be better on your own. That's why we have movement, choices, decisions, and temptation. It's like, I think that Emperor upright, Three of Wands. So it's like you think that you could be better on your own, Virgo, in certain moments, I guess. And if you were to move forward, it's not out of like temptation of somebody else. It's just peace of mind. Yeah, judgment, 3 of Wands. Judgment upright, 3 of Wands in reverse. So it's like you're not, you want to see more fruition in the situation. You want to see more creation, but you have to understand in the situation, you've got to do work on yourself before everything is going to begin taking form like you want. Like you want to see things take shape in real life. You have a lot of, I guess, ideas. There's a lot of swords here and not a lot of wands. And the wands is the actual creation. The swords is the thoughts about it. The swords is being stuck in your head. Give some advice for Virgos here. 3 of Wands again. It's quite popular for you. Okay, so your advice cards for Virgo. 9 of Swords upright. The Knight of Swords. 3 of Wands. Why is this deck so hard for me to pick up? Okay, and the Judgment upright. It's everything that kept coming out in the cut. It's interesting. So these cards as advice on this spread, once again, has everything to do with clarity, clear communication, and actually bringing things into creation in real life. It looks to me, though, like unless some conclusion is come to, outside forces in the universe are going to step in basically and bring resolution to the situation without anybody else needing to participate. So you don't necessarily want the universe to step in. This could be you making a final decision too. That it might be urging you to make a very final decision on the situation so it doesn't continue to go in circles. What I see here, though, is your anguish and pain needs to be concisely, quickly, and appropriately conveyed and expressed, okay? Because then creation and decisive movement forward can come in. Because like once the Judgment is had, the Wheel of Fortune can come around. So that completely makes sense to me. You really, there's something that you very, very much need to express. You need to relieve yourself of this burden, of this anxiety. It's like a constant lingering tension. If you relieve yourself of that and you're swift and clear with your communication and relieve yourself of the anxiety so you can get clear-headed, so you can decide what it is that you're going to do to actually make things happen. This 3 of Wands is the actual manifestation of where the ace started. The ace is like the spark of creativity and something actually happening, and then the 3 is where you're starting to see it take shape. That's real life changes. So I definitely, you know, I recommend some inner work. Start looking at what might be cycles with you and what this sacral wounding is, and how can you relieve yourself of this pseudo sexual trauma or creative trauma. Even it can be something like you were quite passionate about someone or a project or your art or something like that, and somebody insulted it. It can be as simple as that, but this energy builds over the years until you're really not, you end up immobilized to taking action in your life. There's fantastic meditations here on YouTube that can help you with aligning your chakras and opening your chakras. I recommend smudging. I recommend spiritual baths. That's easy to look up online if you're not familiar, but you're going to need to do some work with that. And I think that it might help you realize what the cycle is that you're repeating that's stopping you from moving forward in your life. And you've got to be a big boy or a big girl and work on getting out of your head and communicating clearly. I know it's not easy. It's obviously not easy for you to communicate clearly, but I trust that you can do it, Virgo. I really do. You have to want to make this better. You can't wish. You can't just wish it away. It's not really going to work that way. Like, everybody involved has to put in some work, and you need to learn the lesson here and break the cycle and align your energetic body so what you want externally can happen, so you can make it happen. Okay, Virgo, I hope that resonated with you. If you haven't subscribed yet, please hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, and leave me a comment, please. Let me know how it resonated, and I will see you guys in one of the other readings. Have a fantastic October, Virgos. Bye.